with the Isle of Man Vicar, walking by the sea, sharing tales and laughter. Come along with me. Morning dew is shining, seagulls call and flee.
Well, welcome back. Another video. I'm going to go off on a little trip. I'm heading to South Barrule, which I've been to loads of times before, but I'm not actually going to walk South Barrule. I'm going to walk somewhere called Stoney Mountain Plantation. I haven't even done my introductions yet. How rubbish am I? So my name's the Reverend Simon Archer. I am the vicar of the parish of Arbury and Castletown, also known as the Isle of Man Vicar. But it's a bit of noise in the background. There's doing some street cleaning and things like that, so I was going to wait, but I could be sat forever whilst they're driving along. Hey, it's disappearing off now. Done that right. Yeah, so I'm off to Stoney Mountain Plantation, a place that a couple of people have recommended to me, and I've not actually been there, and I can park up at South Barrule and walk there, so we're going to give that a go. I don't know. I like to try new places, so this is more a plantation trip. So we're going to drive there. I've got some food with me. I've got a coffee bag with me, interesting, and I've got a little tiny stove set. So this is going to be interesting because something I wanted to try for a little while. Yeah, if you're on Patreon, you would have seen me set up the stove and sort of had a little play about with it, but this will be actually using it out in the wild. So it's glorious here today. Beautiful sunshine, blue skies. It's only the whatever it is of 13th of April, so I'm going to make the most of it and head off out right now. So I'm going to pause this for a moment, make sure the camera's straight, and then we'll be on our way. Off we go. It seems like the street cleaner's going backwards and forwards. Here he goes again. About the third time he's been passed. Blossoms out of the trees. Might be some bluebells about. Did notice them starting to come out. Snowdrops, bluebells. The gorse is looking stunning at the moment. Be aware, as I have to remind people from time to time who go, "You're driving too fast." I'm not. So this camera is set up to ultra wide, so it's a little bit interesting because when you're on ultra wide view, because the sides seem to go past really quickly. So at the moment I'm going 30 miles per hour, and yeah, it'll probably look I'm going a lot faster. So how are you doing? How's things? Are you alright? Always good if you want to drop into the comments and say hello. I always like to see who's watching the videos. I sometimes just get numbers and it tells me, you know, hundreds of people have watched the video, but it doesn't actually tell me who it is. So it's nice to know if you're here. So drop a hello, hi in the chat, and I'll definitely, or the comments, I'll definitely try and say hello to everyone. I usually do. Most people have found that if they message me or they make a comment, that they will get a reply. Do my best. At times it can be incredibly busy. At other times I've got time to reply. So I do as much as I can anyway. Tried to set the camera up to give you as much of a wide view as possible, so you can see everything that's going on. Got the dandelions, the yellow of the dandelions in the grass and on the verges there. Started describing my videos more as I make them. I was kind of doing a podcast on Spotify, kind of turning my videos into an audio. It's really easy to do. It's just an extra step. Sometimes I just find it too hard to find the time to do it. But I might get back to it. It was getting interesting with the amount of people who are listening to it, but haven't really got back to it yet. It's not even difficult to do. It's just another thing. You keep adding little layers to stuff and it builds up before you know it. But yeah, I just thought people might like to listen. So obviously being descriptive and saying, you know, I'm just turning up Maloo Road at the moment, heading towards South Barrule, which is my aim. In front of me, you'll be able to see, hopefully, on the video, especially as a lot of you watch on TV, you'll probably see all the hills in front of me. Some clouds. It's supposed to be alright today, a bit of clouds, some sunshine. Definitely not too bad at all. I mean, I've got the roof down, it's cosy as anything in here, lovely. So yeah, as before, don't panic. It looks like I'm going fast. I'm not going fast. I'm going the speed limit. It's just that with that's why they couldn't stay on their side of the road. So much of that. What you see is the sides look like they're going past really fast. And all I say to people is, if you're driving as a passenger in a car, I want you to look ahead and see like you're going at normal speed, and then I want you to look sideways, directly sideways, right angle to the car, and look how fast it feels like you're going. I used to do it as a kid. When we're going on trips and holidays and stuff like that. I used to do this thing where I'd kind of be driving along, my dad would be driving, and I'd look out the window sideways. It made it feel like it was going really, really fast. But believe me, the cars my dad had weren't fast cars. Quite often with 4 kids, it was big estate cars, huge bench seats on the back, because you had to fit 6 of us in the car, and there weren't really 6-seat, well, there probably were, but there weren't many sort of big family 6-seater cars, so you just had this big long bench at the back. Interesting. Figaro in front. Cool little cars. The Figaros, and you had the cappuccinos, didn't you? Is it Suzuki cappuccinos? It might be a Nissan Figaro? I don't know, I'm making stuff up now. I think they've got really tiny engines as well, might be like 1 litre or something like that, maybe even less than that. Take it easy, no need to overtake on these bends. If you go to unrestricted, but 40 around this bend, but yeah, you kind of got to be a little bit careful, because lots of people go really quickly and then they get frustrated behind a slower driver, and then they overtake at the wrong moment. There's so many sort of brow of a hill and the bends and stuff like that. So many times I've been driving down these roads to find a car coming my side of the road over the brow of a hill, or round a corner. You'll see it quite a lot as we drive. Watch my driving videos, you see cars coming towards you on a bend. How many of them cut the corner, or if they're going around the corner, they can't hold on to it, so they're like drifting outwards to the other side of the road. Happens so much. All in all, it's a pretty good island for driving. I lived in London, so I know what bad driving is. It really is. It stands up to all the stereotypes. It really does. You go, you have people driving just crazy. Like, there's a lot of like playing chicken in London, where people just drive straight at you and just hope that you get out of their way. Especially people in big cars. They'll be driving like Range Rovers down narrow streets with cars parked both sides in London, and just hope that everyone gets out of their way, and they just come straight at you. But here it's pretty good, because there's a lot of motorheads and petrol heads here. So you'll find even on a long straight like this, think, oh, this must be full on speed, but actually it's not, because there are houses and stuff around here. People might see a head pulling out of side turnings and things, and you just got to be a little bit careful. I'm not in a rush to get anywhere. I'm still on my annual leave at the moment, so again, one of the comments I get from time to time is, do you do any work? It's like, yeah, loads, tons, believe me. I work 6 days a week. I feel like a broken record now, but you know, I work 6 days a week. I have 1 day off. I quite often film on a Monday, which is my rest day, and do all the editing, and then just set it up to be ready to release on the Friday. Quite often the clips and stuff are already done, ready and scheduled, so I don't do anything really apart from I have to check in. And if you're concerned that I'm checking in on social media a lot, well, part of my role is working with the communications team for the diocese, and I deal with social media for the diocese, so I post like daily prayer posts and other comms and things that come up. So yeah, you know, that's actually my job, to check social media, so it's something I have to do. My phone with me. I'm going to use map.me to check the paths. It seemed like the best app to have a look at the footpaths. It seems to be pretty good. So map.me, get it as an app, and it gives you a location. It uses, you know, GPS and stuff like that, but it's really good for showing footpaths. And the problem we have sometimes here is that a lot of stuff doesn't. I mean, you get Ordnance Survey, but a lot of apps don't show the Isle of Man very well. They don't show the footpaths on the Isle of Man very well, so plantation I'm going to is on my right, so I need to park up at South Barrule and then walk down. There's not any parking like here at the plantation, as far as I know anyway. Everything suggests that you park at South Barrule, walk down all the maps, all the different routes and things that I've looked at say, yeah, no, South Barrule, then walk down, so we'll give that a go. You've noticed that I'm turning. So at the moment where my bag slipped off the chair, so that's slowing down. So where all Go Ape is. It? Oh, Ape Man it's called here. Ape Man, M-A-N-N. Got Laser Mayhem, all loads of stuff you can do here. Axe throwing, loads of cool stuff. What we'll do is we'll park over here somewhere. It's also where my favourite coffee, one of my favourite coffee places is. I've got so many favourite coffee places. But Coffee Cottage. Let's pause you for a moment. Let's get this roof up. So we are here. Oh, it's just so nice. It's a top place to come. Kids are all up on these walkways in the trees. It's just madness. Excellent fun. We're done. Right, okay. So next clip will be, well, next moment you'll see will be me starting on the walk. So let's get sorted. Right, here we go. So just parked up here at South Barrule, and we're going to head down the road. So were you taught how to walk along roads? I was in the Scouts. So one thing is that you walk facing the oncoming traffic, because you can see where they are. So at the moment I'm on the right hand side of the road, but I'm coming up to a bend. Actually, it's not too bad. So when you come to a blind bend, you cross over so that you can see around the bend. Lovely stream beside me. It's down beside me here on my left. Funny, isn't it? A lot of people saying, so where are you going for your holiday? Where are you going for your vacation? A couple of weeks off, first time in ages. And I was like, I'm staying here. Oh. I was like, well, do you know what I used to do? And the family and I used to do? We've been a couple of foreign holidays, but we used to go to Wales. That was our trip. We go camping in Wales or stay in a cottage. We had a trailer tent for a while, for a few years. And we used to go to places like this, where I now live. So it just doesn't make sense to me to... I know people want to get off the island, and there's people who feel like that, but kind of still feel like I'm exploring it's such a small place, but it becomes bigger as you live here. A lot of people have told me that, like the little trips down the road that you were like, oh my goodness, it's only 10 minutes to Port Erin, or even like one of the furthest towns. If I had to go into Ramsey, it's like 45, 50 minutes. And you're going, it's nothing. That's a trip out, and all of a sudden that seems like a proper trip in itself, you know, like a major excursion or adventure. But I need to cross over in a minute anyway. But yeah, it's still feels like an adventure to be here. So just enjoying where we live. I'm walking on the left hand side of the road. There's a bit of a bend and I need to be on this side anyway. And you're getting to see me because there's not much to see apart from a road in front. I'm surrounded by trees still, but we're on a road. Sort of stone walls beside me. So my last couple of videos done reasonably well. I did the trip to Santon Gorge. I'm hoping today isn't quite as eventful. I don't get blocked off by sheep, nearly slipped down the side of a gorge. I have to wade across water. Think I'm going to get caught by the tides. Clamber up a very steep wall, cliff face. Nah, it wasn't that bad. Very zigzaggy track. What else happened? Don't know. But it was a great trip, a really good trip out. I was very happy with that. Now, I'm going to cross over and face oncoming traffic again. There's no footpath here, so it's kind of stepping onto the verge, but I'll be able to do that. We had a very strange situation yesterday. My wife and I went out, went back to the farm shop. That was the other video I did, was a little trip to Cool Farm at the Ballamoda Moor farm, Cool Family Farm, for some eggs, and went up to the farm shop. We went up there again yesterday, just no filming, just us. Make it easy for this lorry and these cars. We can walk along this verge for a bit. I'll make it tricky for them, if at all possible. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, this, because I'm, you know what I'm like, I digress. I'm going from subject to subject, as I always do. But, yeah, so we went back to the farm shop and had a little walk in Glen Helen, and it's just, what a stunning place Glen Helen is. The river, the little bridge. You can walk all the way up to the waterfall. We didn't yesterday, we just grabbed the coffee. Got a few little bits from the farm shop. Started some interesting conversations though. It's funny because I was doing this and at the same time Energy FM, Charlie on Energy FM was doing a thing about like the cost of buying food here and trying to make some comparisons. It was a really tricky one because I think the trouble is when you know the argument you want to make, it's a bit like writing an academic paper. There is a risk that if you already know what you want to achieve or the point you want to make, that you'll go in and then make this the story, or in this case the story, into kind of coming to the conclusion that you want. So it's a really sort of bad. Oh look, this is one. Just so you know, I know there's a couple of people who are bike riders, trail riders and stuff like that. So this is a route you can take with motorbikes and horses. So worth knowing because people, let's go on to that in a bit. Yeah, so this story was written about the cost of buying this and the cost of buying that and comparing it. But it was like, it was being compared, like the milk over here was being compared to that, is it Yo milk? Whatever it is. Yo milk, which is one of the more expensive milks to get. But potatoes, the kind of standard Manx washed whites are being compared to Maris Pipers. You know, it's like it wasn't comparing apples with apples. So you kind of start defeating your own argument when you you're arguing and using examples which prove your point rather than are accurate. And the trouble is you lose people then, because people with a few brain cells are going to go, that doesn't make sense. Like, the comparisons you're making aren't like for like. So, and it seems funny that food that hasn't travelled so far and is cheaper to stuff that's imported by ferry. And there's all sorts of things about carriage charges or something to do with steam packet that I'm not going to get into because I don't understand it. It's a good point. I mean, you don't really know something, know a subject, don't talk about it. What I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, is the Manx food I buy, when I buy it, is better quality. Often lasts longer as well. It's a big point. So I will occasionally buy a big sack of potatoes. And I buy Manx potatoes. And do you know what? Weeks, literally weeks, maybe even more than a month, 6 weeks. I could buy some Tesco's own brand potatoes and they're sprouting within a few days. I'm going to get a strap out of the way of the camera. That's not working at all. I'm really kind of getting lost a bit here, but it doesn't really matter. I'll switch you around in a minute so you can see. But yeah, so economies are interesting, aren't they? Because you think about how cheap something is to buy, but there's other points to it. It's like how much does something cost to purchase in the first place? But then how wasteful is it? How much do you use before it goes out of date or before it wastes? Or then there's literally, someone made a good point about some of the meats and stuff like that. So much meat is full of water now, bacon and chicken, and they pump it full of water, and then they go, oh, but it weighs this much. But that's just like the kind of, how would you put it? The pre-cook. Oh, look at that! I'm going to turn you around for this. The pre-cooking weight. And once you cook something, all the water comes out. You've done that, surely. Look at that. I love cold. There's a lot of. It's like a wasteland here. A little old television. An interesting place. Oh, we have a mermaid. Speedboat. So this is a greenway. I'll get my map out in a bit. I'm not too worried at the moment. But this is like a greenway road. So this is somewhere you could probably, you can take nothing over 0.5 tonnes unladen. 0.5 tonne is not a lot, is it? That's probably because it's motorbikes and stuff. That just says warning pedestrians and sheep. So there will be pedestrians walking along here. So I'm guessing, strictly speaking, no 4x4s along here, because they're going to be over a tonne, aren't they? There's clearly tracks along here, and it's clearly a route that vehicles come, but maybe for maintenance and stuff like that, just for the general public. No, maybe to stop the 4x4 boys coming along here. Who knows? But it is a greenway. Oh. There's a quarry as well somewhere around here. Let me just yeah, there is a route back there. That I probably should have taken. That's come off the road. That would take me into the plantation. This might take me around. We're going to head back a bit actually and see if we can find this path that goes into the plantation. Because I'd rather be walking through the trees. That's cool. Should be a left here somewhere. I'll just. Can't be this gate, surely. Getting a bug flying in the mouth, that's always nice. Yeah, it's not quite here. It's not that. Glad to say, it's probably up past this house. There was a little drive, like a little roadway or path. Not going to be in there. We're getting the map out in the end. My thinking is probably this signpost here has probably had other bits on it, but they've come off, been broken off. And where we should be going is up here. Yeah, I can see some signage up here actually. Ah, my first butterfly I've seen of the season. A red admiral. Gate wide open. Might be, looks like the latch might be broken though. Don't know. Have a look. No, that works. There you go. Please make sure you close gates after you. Might have blown, because that doesn't look like a really strong fit, so it might have just blown, like swung backwards and forwards in the wind. That's fine. So, Stoney Mountain Forest. Oh, Stoney Mountain Forest, not even plantation. Stoney Mountain Forest. I am here, and we're going to go around and back down, and maybe walk back through South Barrule on the way back. Save me being on the road would be good. It's a little bit dirty. Trying to read it through the dirt. This map gives an idea of the forest road, an unmarked single track within the forest, which mountain bikers are permitted to explore. Riders should be aware that routes and surface can change in character, and as such should be prepared for differing terrain. Many are steep in places. Ride responsibly. Please respect that many routes are shared with other users. Keep control of your bike and slow down when approaching horse riders, runners or walkers. Try not to startle them. Please remember that forests are working environments with forestry operations taking place on a regular basis. Access may be restricted for tree felling, work or during sporting events, and visitors should follow safety signage at all times. Follow these markers to get you to the next forest. Okay, well, we're basically going to walk straight through, see where it takes us, find a spot to make coffee and some lunch. Oh, I see a bit of rain in the air then. It's great because this camera's not built for rain. I do have another camera in my bag, so it's not the end of the world. See how we go. Probably just a passing shower. So not been here before. Stoney Mountain Forest. It's classic. I brought my my drone with me, and it's quite breezy and gusty actually. I don't know how mountain bikers make it up these things. I'm worn out walking it. What's telling me to record the outdoor walk? Yeah, whenever I bring my drone somewhere, it's always too windy. When I leave it home, the wind that's predicted isn't there. The gorse is looking really nice at the moment. Whilst we're still early into the video, let me have a look, see if I've got a signal. A little bit. Always a big shout out to those who support what I do with Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon. Buy Me a Coffee is great if you want to just donate a couple of quid to support sort of literally buying the equipment I use. It's helped to buy the stove that I've got today, helps to put petrol in the car, and literally buy me coffees as well. So, and nobody has to, you can if you want to. Over on Patreon, if the people want to help out perhaps a little bit more, and they subscribe monthly, and you can be a couple of, I think it's, the lowest one's about £2.50 a month, but you can give more. There's different tiers to that, and that really helps with sort of a regular lump that builds up, and it will help to pay for like gadgets and camping gear, camera upgrades, that sort of thing. So I'll just save it up, and then when I need to get a replacement or fix something that's broken, it helps there. And I've got a few people to thank. So as always, those on the Buy Me a Coffee, Joanna, recently, thank you for your blessings and your message and for your support. Treg gave a little while ago as well, but Treg knows me and I'm always saying thank you to him. Ian gave a really nice donation on Buy Me a Coffee, but he's now also become a subscriber, and myself and Ian are going to be meeting up fairly soon. I think it's May time. So Ian's popping over to the Isle of Man for a few days, and he's going to come to a service at the church. We're going to do a special service for something called Praying the Keels Keills. Again, I do this all the time, but the AI is not going to get the names right of places here. So there we go. And also it's American. Someone pointed out, I don't know what it was. Was it colour or harbour? And it's spelled HARBOR instead of OUR at the end. And I got the knickers in a twist over that one. It's a software. It just creates the closed captions and the titles and descriptions. And I haven't got time to go through and type out a load of stuff, because otherwise I wouldn't be a very busy priest, would I? I'd just be making videos every day, all day, doing things like this and walking. Wouldn't that be lovely? So thank you to Ian for his donation a little while back. Sally's been a supporter for a while. Sally, thank you. Jazzmeister. Just a few people who've given on that. And as I say, Ian joined the Patreons, or patrons on Patreon. And to say huge thank you to all those people, including Crash Organism, who, which I assume is some kind of nickname. But he's been over on YouTube as well, saying hello. Fellow person who flies drones. They're probably a little bit better than me from the sounds of things. Got a bit more experience than I have. But has become a patron as well. Just really grateful. You don't have to stay on there forever. You can cancel it whenever you like. Just thank you. I just want to say thank you to those people who recently become members or have donated. I probably missed a load of people, but just remember, you can Patreon. You can join on a free level, so you can get access to some extra photos and stuff. So jump over to Patreon, patreon.com/Isle of Man Vicar, and you can become a member on the free tier. And you still have access to a few extra little bits. I put some extra photos and stuff up there, and you might hear about stuff happening before others do. So jump over to Patreon, become a free member, and thank you to all those who help support the channel, because we don't get any advertising. I've got a team here. I don't get any advertising money, revenue, sponsorship. Anything I promote is not a sponsored deal. It's literally me going, this is good, use this, buy this. Not to say I won't do sponsorships in the future. If they came up, I might do it. But yeah, if you're interested in the gear, it's all stuff I've just bought out of my own pocket. So yeah, thank you to everyone. Just very grateful for the support. This is beautiful. Look, I love. So I'm a bit of a obsessive about sort of lines and things, I guess. A little bit, not OCD, but a little bit obsessive. And the plantations I love because of the straight lines through them. Just always appeals to me. Oh, we've got a bit of rain coming down, a few little showers maybe. Is that dust coming off the trees or rain? I don't know. I think it's rain. I don't think you need to worry too much about the camera at the moment. Make sure that's still closed. Yeah, it's just a little sprinkle, a few little drips. Which of course wasn't in the weather report, although I think that I was only using the app earlier. My throat's starting to get a bit dry. Might need to stop off soon, see where it takes us. So we can find somewhere with a bit more sunshine, or we can set up this cool little stove set that I've put together. Feeling my microphone rather unzipped might be clattering against my. Oh, what are you doing now? Huh? What? We still working? Seem to be. Okay. Normal. I'm doing well here, aren't I? Trying to put my microphone somewhere else. I'll do. Trying to stop it from, it's on my jacket. My jacket's undone now, and it was probably just going to make loads of noise as I'm walking. So some people share where they've been. I always say to people, give me places you think I should explore over here. Tell me about walks you go on. Stony Cross was recommended. I can't remember who recommended it. It might have actually been Treg or Guy or, I don't know. Someone out there will know. But I said I'd come see Stoney Mountain Forest. So I'm here. Others have said about going to Santon Gorge. I've been there now. Where else? Doon Glen, done Doon Glen. That was one of the requests to go see Doon Glen. And then I went further up to Ballaglass Glen. Ooh, just see the showers coming across. It's opening up a bit now. Just need to make sure I don't get soaking wet with this camera. So might need to grab some shelter for just a moment. Oh, that's muddy. Bits of concrete curbstone right in the middle of the forest for no reason whatsoever. I'm just staying out of the rain for a moment. I'll get back to you in a sec. So yeah, I kind of hid myself in the trees for a minute because there was a bit of a shower coming over. But I think I can carry on walking now. A path going that way and a path going this way. We'll carry on walking this way, I guess. Have a look at my map. Yeah, this looks all right. He says, yeah, we'll be fine, I'm sure. Yeah, thing is, this camera, it's the Osmo Pocket 3, which is great. It's got the mechanical stabilization, which is awesome, and it takes great video, really high quality, but it isn't weather resistant at all. Now I released a new one. It comes out on the 16th, but who knows how much that is going to be. So as much as I would love to be able to just go, oh, the new one's out, I'll order that. That's not going to happen. I've got work to do on the car, just to get that absolutely mint, so I can sell it and get myself another 4x4, because that's what I really need to visit some of these places. Oh, and you walk out of the forest and have these views, the hills. Oh, how nice is that? A bird song. Lovely. Yeah, so so it'd be the Osmo Pocket 4 now. Will it make any difference to me? Probably not. As I say, it'd probably be too much money. I'm not spending I haven't got the money to spend on that sort of thing, but I'd be tempted later to trade in or sell this and buy it if I can get a good price for the Osmo Pocket 3. Simply if it's weather resistant, that's the thing. It's like just then I'm thinking, I better not get it wet, because otherwise I'm probably going to break it. So I'm going to turn this camera around. There's too much nice things to see here. You don't see my face, so. Look at this, a beautiful gorse. I can see Snaefell in the distance, and views over to the sea. Ah. Chatting to someone the other day about sort of my videos and my growth and things like that, because obviously it's kind of steady. You know, we're about to hit, I think we may even hit it today, 3,500 subscribers on YouTube, or followers they call it there, and I think are we at 1,100 on Facebook? Yeah, I think we've just hit 1,100 on Facebook, 1,100 on Facebook. Subscribers over there. We've got it's kind of steady growth, and we're talking about growth and about how you can grow channels quickly and all this tips that you get for it. But it's all about making really short stuff, videos that are 10 minutes long or 5 minutes long, and a real clickbait and usually controversial. I've seen, be careful how I say it, I've seen someone on the island who's tried to do that, who's using probably AI in the wrong way, but also having those controversial, disagreeable conversations, which will get them loads of attention, and they'll probably get 10 times the followers and subscribers I get. I just don't care. It's not why I do this. I mean, the main reason I do this, for anyone who doesn't know, okay, running water under there, the filming gets me out in this. Isn't that what it's about? It's I've got to make a video every week. So I go out every week for a proper walk. I get out in nature. I slow down, make myself a cup, and I just bring you along with me. So you're going on these walks with me. And that's what I enjoy. So it doesn't really matter, because I'd rather have 1,000 people or 3,500 people in the community of people who kind of know they can reach out to me and we can chat and stuff. And I'll reply to as many messages as I ever can, and most anybody on the channel, perhaps you can put it in the comments, but will say to you that they've messaged me and I've answered, they've commented and I've answered. If it ever got to the point where I suddenly had one of those videos that goes viral, and you know, something happens, I don't know, I fall down a gorge. I should have slipped, shouldn't I? Fall down a gorge, or something funny happens and it goes a bit viral, then it might be trickier if there's, rather than thousands, there's tens of thousands of people reaching out and commenting and messaging and stuff like that. But I'm not at that point at the moment. Might never be. But it's just nice to have a little community of people who come on these walks with me. Perhaps appreciate nature, appreciate the island, and kind of a positive, you know, have that positive outlook, you know, want life to be better for themselves, for others around them. So there's been some people blocked and they've shouted at me about freedom of speech and censorship and stuff like that, and it's like, well, it's my channel. You can say what you like, but it doesn't mean I have to put up with you being in it. And I don't want people to bring that negativity. I don't mind I've had someone question me about something quite recently, and we had a really polite, he put it to me politely. He had I think he disagreed with me, I can't remember what it was now. Disagreed with me, and he was an adult and a grown-up and a human being, and just kind of asked the question, maybe disagreed a bit with what I thought, and that was fine, 100% fine. And I actually made a point of saying how much I appreciated that kind of discussion, because I think we've we've lost it today, haven't we? That ability just to have a debate without it becoming angry and sweary and mean and nasty and grumpy and all the rest of it. Just it's okay to disagree. We don't all believe the same things. I don't expect everyone in here is a Christian. I don't expect everyone here to believe what I believe and have my faith. I'm friends with loads of people who have no faith, or no faith that they express, or maybe they're atheist, or maybe they're agnostic, or maybe they're humanist, or whatever, secularist, or whatever they want to be called. It's fine. Doesn't mean we can't be friends, doesn't mean we can't get on, doesn't mean we don't have stuff in common. And that's the strange world that we live in now, is that you have to belong. The tribe stuff is fine. You know, people want to belong to something, but it's kind of gone a bit beyond that now, isn't it? It's not so much that you're a member of a group, and other people are members of other groups, and you know, you kind of get on better perhaps with the people who agree with you. But now you have to be completely polarised, which is a real shame. And we've got a proper signpost here. Get the map out, see where they go. Do some exploring, maybe. Make that coffee at some point. Make myself some lunch. Where are we? Show me where we are. So if I go around to the right, feels like it takes me to something, but I don't know if it's a track or not. If I go around to the left, it will then take me around to more of a road. I think that might be a stream or a river. I think I need to go around to the left before I head back. Yeah, I think I need to head around to the left and then kind of really cut back on myself. That says South Barrule, which I want to go to via Windy Common. We've got South Barrule via Water Trough Park and St Mark's via Corderman Lane. Oh, we're going this way. I don't care. It says I can get to South Barrule. I'm going to believe the signs. Yeah, so I'd love to see a place where people can just chat and talk and go. I used to have it all the time when I was streaming, gaming streaming, when I was the gaming vicar or Vicarious BIG, and it was you know, there was loads of people go, I'm not a Christian, but, and then they'd chat. Well, I don't believe what you believe, but, and it was no problem. World's changed massively in the last 5 or 6 years. I want us to get back to where we were, where we could disagree amicably, have a point together, you know, that kind of feel. Such a shame. Yeah, so, you know, I've seen some of these put in controversial topics up and stuff which is really badly informed. I was talking earlier about this Charlie's article from Energy FM, Charlie's article about cost of living and things, and it's some Manx produce is cheaper, some isn't, but it's not just about the cost, is it? It's about the quality and the longevity of the product on the shelf. It's about how good it tastes, how it feeds your family. I mean, we went to the farm shop and bought some sausages, and people go, oh yeah, but they're really expensive. But I remember having to buy, especially my boys when they were growing up, and they're still growing up really. My youngest is still growing massively. And you'd have to give them 4 sausages to fill them up, because it was all filler. There's nothing to them, but a couple of really decent sausages, and they're full, because it's all meat. It's quality. You really notice it. So, and I know people, it got suggested by this person, kind of, they were talking like we poor people kind of thing, and you privileged people, like they represent everybody. They don't. I know I don't represent everybody, because I don't. I've been in my life in poverty, in the lowest earners, struggling to make ends meet, scraping it through to the end of the month, living on the, remember Tesco Blue Stripe, living on the cheapest budget food. I know, I've been there. I promise you, I have been as poor as you can be in this country without living on the streets. Windows falling out of the property I'm living in, you know, with a family. So hard. And yeah, I'm probably a little better off now particularly at my wife started a new job. She did have a job before. We just started a new post, and you know, we're better off now. But I'm 51. You know, it's taken me a long time to get here. It's taken me a lot of work. I've worked all my life. I've never ever claimed, not it's a bad thing, but I've never claimed for being out of work. I've been made redundant twice, and just took whatever job, frozen pie packing, working in a nightclub, whatever jobs I could do to keep the money coming in. And we've struggled through and we've got here. I'm thankful. Thank God for keeping me going. But yeah, I think privileged is perhaps where everything gets handed to you on a plate. I'm not privileged. I wouldn't call myself poor. I'm not rich by a long shot, but I'm not poor, which is great. Oh, well, perhaps in the Western world we don't even really know what poor is, do we? Compared to some places. All right. Okay, interesting. Let's head this way. We can pretty much head straight across here, I think. We're going to be shooting through the woods. I'm nearly out. I should find somewhere to make my coffee, really, shouldn't I? Yeah, so, yeah, if you're struggling now, financially, whatever age you are, there's always hope. You can always get out of it. We can all tighten our belts. And we can make different choices. So over here with food and things, maybe you're not making the biggest savings by getting the cheapest food. Maybe, and that is easy. What are we having tonight? So we've got these really fancy sausages from we've got a couple each, 2 different flavours. We've got rosemary and cranberry and Toulouse. What was the other one? And we'll have 2 sausages each, which will be plenty because they're really rich and meaty. And we'll have chips and beans with them. Chips and beans with fancy sausages, who cares? And that's fine. But no one should ever be sorry for having to buy cheap food. But I'm Mr. I will always find the cheap deals, the cheap offers and stuff. So we eat quite well, but I'm one step away from being one of those extreme couponers. Interesting. So that would go that way. Let's carry on this way. This looks interesting. Let's go. The gate isn't there. Oh, big puddles. Isn't that? Whoa! I was going to say, isn't that a bit where I fall in and go viral? And I slept, but I didn't quite fall in. Sorry to spoil your fun. Look at this. It's amazing. I'm pointing the camera one way, but I'm looking the other. because what I don't want to do is fall into any of these rather large puddles. Look at this, fields of gorse. It's absolutely stunning along here. Oh, perhaps it's selfie time, what do you reckon? That sun's going to be behind me. Maybe there. Something along there. We've got beautiful clouds. If I get myself over to one side of the image, there we go. Stop trying to follow me. Maybe that'll do. Okay. And you know what we don't do? Edit that stuff out. Why? Because I want you to feel like you're with me. So how's, I said earlier, how's things going? What's life doing for you at the moment? Be good to think about. One of the things I've had therapy, like many people do. I've had some mental health support in the past. And one of the great questions is, what brings you joy? Bushes full of gorse. Look at that. Incredible, isn't it? Don't you think? I do. What brings you joy? So, when I was asked that question, I was in a bit of a rough place. And I mentioned about how I used to love when I was a kid. Oh, bumblebees about. Awesome. When I was a kid, on a Sunday, we used to, especially Sunday afternoon, but we used to have the record player. My dad had this record player with like a, probably a Panasonic or something, with a smoked plastic lid on it. So it was like a hi-fi system with separate speakers. And he used to work at the libraries in London, and he used to bring home records from there that they loaned out and stuff. And we'd be listening to stuff like, he was into Rolling Stones, my mum was into Queen, and we used to have like things like ABBA on as well, and all that sort of thing. And I used to love that, and I used to, just music. I said I really felt like music wasn't in my life anymore. So the therapist, the psychologist, was saying, well, what could bring you back that music? And I was like, well, having an old record player, like an old one, to listen to records on again, go around the shops collecting the old ones that nobody really wants, and not the collector's pieces, but just generally records and stuff, and that would be great. And well, why don't you do it? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know why I don't do it. I know the thing that brings me joy, and I don't do it. Within a week, I think I had someone had given me, Rachel and Eddie. Thank you, Rachel, from my old church, had given me, I think we're going this way, had given me an old record player they had. The speakers were a bit rotten. They'd used the speakers in there by their hot tub. Am I telling tales on you now, Rachel and Eddie? They'd been using the speakers out there with some sound system, and the way they'd been outside, they got rotted and unpleasant, but I managed to find exactly the right speakers. It lasted for a while, and it was older. It had probably gathered a bit of dust, and it might even still be able to be fixed, but now I've got a record player that my wife bought me for my 5th Christmas or 50th or something like that. bought it for my birthday or whatever. And I have a record player in my study, and anytime I fancy it, I just put a bit of music on, and it's just the best. And then, not that long ago, found someone selling an old radiogram thing, like it looks like a sideboard, and it's a bit crackly on the record player. Radio works brilliantly. At some point I'll get that fixed, but it's an awesome bit of kit, huge bit of furniture, and I just love it. I love that kind of sound of I like old tech, retro tech, vintage tech, and I like just the sound of music. I love music, so yeah. What brings you joy? What's the thing you could change to bring that joy back into your life? What is and maybe it's like me, you love getting out in nature. You like you're walking and you're hiking, you're camping. All of that's easily doable on a budget, promise you. Do what I do. Oh, I'm getting close to the end and I still haven't made a cuppa. This is silly, isn't it? Okay. Oh well, we can always make one in South Barrule if need be. Plenty of spots there. Done it before. Yeah. Maybe it's art. Maybe you used to draw and you don't draw anymore. Maybe you write stories and you go, well, I'm just not good enough. I can't. But I used to love writing stories. Don't worry about whether you think you're good enough. Don't do it for anybody else. Do it for you. Do your art. Do your jigsaws. Do your painting. Write your stories. Listen to music. Go out for walks. Even if it's movies you're into, you know. I bet you there's people out there who go, I love movies. I love a good classic movie, but I don't really sit down and watch them anymore. And I bet there's probably some of you watching here now who will be, got the muddy cross here, who will be people who are going to say, yeah, I don't find the time for it anymore. I don't. And you're sitting here watching my video. I don't watch my video. Go and watch that movie you've been waiting to watch. Go out to the cinema if you can afford a second mortgage, or you know, pay for a month streaming on Disney and cancel it straight away and take in a load of movies. Same with Netflix. None of these things you have to keep forever, and enjoy the stuff that you enjoy again. What's broken a lot of people are mobile phones. We all know that. I'm the same. Too much scrolling, too much social media when you could be doing stuff like this. Oh, I'll tell you what, the other thing I wanted to get done this week is get out on the train. I wonder if I can do a little train trip with the camera. That would be good. That'd be a good extra bonus one, wouldn't it? Even stick the camera to the window. Just let it record. So, what brings you joy? Tell me in the comments. Let's try and bring a bit of joy back into our lives. Whew. Another puddle. Leaping like a gazelle. There's a little pathway into the woods here. I'd rather sit out in the sunshine to make a brew. Oh. Does look like there's a little bit of greenery. Of course, is going to scratch me up here, but yeah, a patch of grass just down here. Might be perfect. Oh, yeah. Little bit of a coverage from the wind. But I reckon this would be a great spot. Right, I think we'll plonk our backsides down here. It's a bit of rabbit poo. But we'll live. He says, I just feel like... what are these? Spiders. Hundreds of spiders. You won't be able to see them, but they're moving around. Possibly stuff that's hatched recently, right? Little rabbit runs. Of course, this will be everywhere. Oh. Yeah. Right, please, no tons of spiders would be good. Let's see. Right, I'm going to pause and set up. So this is what I wanted to introduce to you today, which is just a little kit I've made up. Look at that. How tiny is that? Do the head comparison. I haven't done that for a while. Really is tiny. The tiny stove. This is a cooking kit. This is a full cooking kit. Everything I need in it. And the normal thing would be, well, you know, it's probably like a puck stove, like that kind of fuel stove. Because once you got really small like that, you know, 450ml pot this is, with everything in it, it's gonna be like a alcohol fuel stove of some description, surely. Well, this isn't, okay? So let me show you what we have in here. So, comes in a nice case. Well, it's the one I've had for a while. So this is a Lixada 450ml pot. I have a set at home. I've got the 650 or 750ml pot that goes inside. So there we go. That's one thing. With a lid, which is useful. It's going to be useful. Inside here, I have a spoon and a lighter. Fits inside the pot. Let me show you inside. Look, everything's in there, nice and neat. I have a spoon. It's a spork, so I can eat with that, stir stuff, and I've got a lighter in there as well. That will come into use a bit later, but I won't tell you what that is quite yet. I've got my lovely little oven, they're pot grabbers. They're called pot grabbers. These look like mini oven gloves, which I think are really cool. Save your fingers from getting burnt. Then I have my usual windshield, which fits inside the cup, just slides inside. It's got my windshield. Then I have inside here a cloth to dry my pot with once I've finished. And then the big reveal, inside this pot is this tiny gas cylinder. Now, it's not meant for cooking on. That's not what it's been made for particularly. It actually goes with a lamp. And I'll show you the lamp. It's from a mountain hiker. So a mountain hiker there. It comes in this lovely little box to protect the lamp. I brought it with me anyway, even though I'm not going to need the lamp today. And apart from some extra seals and stuff, inside there is this lamp, and that fits on top of there. And you've got a little, I won't do it all the way up, I don't want to lose any gas. And you get a little gas lamp. It's an interesting one to adjust, shall we say, but it works. It's fine. I'll put that back in there so it doesn't get broken. It comes with this little gas tank, and I have seen this done, but I had thought about doing this. I thought, well, you could use that. And then I saw someone, so there's a really good guy for going watching camping and outdoorsy stuff and cooking outdoors called Paul Messner. So Paul and then Messner, Messner, Paul Messner, and he did this a while back. I was like, I really need to do that at some point. That looks like a really fun setup. So what do I match it with though? And what I matched it with, again, this is so patrons on Patreon, patrons and people who buy me a coffee. This is the sort of thing that you pay for. So a little stove like this, quite expensive really for what it is, but yeah, it's machined out of metal. I mean, it's pretty solid. Has to be to hold the gas. So I got this, and I got this. I don't know. Can you? That's the stove. So it's a classic lightweight, ultralight camping stove. People love it or hate it, or it's either overrated, underrated, or whatever. I don't know, but yeah. So this tiny little stove, which kind of flips up. Let's get this down a little bit. So it's let's put that down. It flips up. So you've got the feet kind of flip up. That's the stand. That's it. Tiny little titanium. Who knows? BRS 3000T. And that should fit on my little pot. Now, some people, seasoned campers will go, yeah, but that's going to fall over. Look at it. It's no way staying upright. That it's not got big enough base. Because it's on a lamp and you can get lamp stands for them, there's actually a 1/4 inch thread on the bottom. Now what I realised is that what also has a 1/4 inch thread on the bottom, with my camera, my little Pocket 3, I get a little mini tripod. And the mini tripod fits in the bottom. Now, I've got a load of stability, and I'm going to use it with that as well. So what we're going to do is, I'll make sure you can see all this, but we're going to make a brew and some lunch and see how much gas this will. I did some weighing when I filled this up. I can only get it to take about 20 grams of gas. It's supposed to be 35, but I can make it take 20 grams of gas. So we'll see how long that lasts. But I do have some extra gas with me, so we can show what sort of gas it works with. It does work with, I've got that little thing I showed you, which I said I'll tell you about later. That's a little valve that I can use from a gas tank to kind of fill it up from the sort of the same connections on here. So it's a one-way valve that you can turn on and off, and you can fill it up, and I've got spare gas with me of that. But I've also got a lighter, things that gas lighters. I've got one of those, and you can fill it with that as well. So different ways of filling it, easy gas to get hold of. You go to any corner shop, any newsagents kind of thing that sells gas lighters and cigarettes and things like that, and they usually have the butane. But this has got the butane propane mix in it at the moment, so we're going to screw that on as quickly as we can, because it will leak. That's the only thing. When you put it on, first of all, it leaks a bit. But there we go. So that's our little stove set up. Let's see if we can make a brew. I'm going to move you around, and then we're going to change the view quite a lot. There we go. It's about as low as that will go. Let's see if we can show this making a brew. Yeah, it's quite small, isn't it? It's barely showing up on camera. Right, do we need the wind guard? We might give it a go and see how this works. I've not tried this before. Not tried this out. I've not tried brewing anything with it. Not made anything with it at all. We're going to do brew, and then I've got some chunky soup from Tesco's to, I'm like with this wind guard. I've been looking at new ones, the ones that might not come apart the second I use them. Come on. First time maybe? No! And it literally pings away. Come on. Right. It should all fit. Right. There we go. And then, no, don't do that. Right. You're a pain in the backside. Right. That. No. Why are you not? Right, that's not right. That is right. I don't think it's going to make any difference, because it's not going to be high enough even if it was at the normal level. I don't think that's going to cause much help. I don't think it's going to be much help anyway. We'll put it there. What's the point? It's not. I should have brought a taller. I've got something taller as well. But anyway, let's see if that sits. That sits pretty stable. And you do need a lighter. I've got the lighter that I've got with my spoon. Let's use that because I've got it with me. So let's get some water in there first of all. So 450ml pot. And we're going to put a fair bit in. With my lid. There we go. Let's get the water in and the lid on straight away so we can make a brew with this. Might release this as a separate video as well, just to show this part of it, making the brew with it. I think some people will be just interested in that bit, not all the walking and stuff like that. So it's I've not got too much in there. I'm going to put that on there. And what I'm going to do is move my bag over the other side. Try and give it a little bit of protection. Interesting. Whilst we're doing that, I'm going to show you something else. These things take getting used to. I might try it with the normal butane. No. Oh. So. Obviously got my outdoors person wooden cup, which you have to have if you're an outdoor content creator. They give it to you when you start making these videos. YouTube give them to you to make sure you're on brand. So it's an acacia wood elephant trunk. Well, anyway, but I thought I'd try these today, so I picked up. They're on offer in Tesco's at the moment, but Taylor's make great tea and coffee and stuff, and they do some roast 6. This is some hot lava java coffee bags. I've not used coffee bags before. I think I've had them before, but I've not made any myself. So we're going to give it a go with this. So inside the bag there is another bag. So we're going to pop that in the mug. So I could, if I was out and going really lightweight, I could take a little lightweight plastic mug, which I've got plenty of. I've got a couple of those. I could absolutely use like a folding cup. I could even use this cup, but I need a sipper. You can get a sipper attachment to go on these, so that I didn't burn my lips as I was drinking it. Oh, I've also brought some milk with me this time, so I'm not drinking it black today. I bought in this, so if you can see that, that's got an apple symbol on it, because that was given to me by Apple when I worked for Apple, and it's made by It's made by Clean Canteen. I've had this for about 15 years, and I've used it for water and milk and all sorts. It always seems to keep stuff really cold. What was I going to say? There's if you want to get, see if I've got any signal here. So you can go to outdoorgearessentials.co.uk. So outdoorgearessentials.co.uk, and I hadn't seen them much for a long while, but he's stocking them. So these are metal, they're a bit heavier, but they're really strong. And like I say, I've had kids nab it to take to school, which I've grabbed back quickly because you know it's like for them losing stuff. And yeah, these were limited because they got the Apple logo on. They were given to staff. So yeah, I've got that with my milk in it. Outdoor Gear Essentials, great for all this kind of stuff. They sell the BRS stoves, cheaper than you can get them on Amazon and eBay. So go to Outdoor Gear Essentials for those if you want the little stove. Seems to be working all right now. Just realised that's getting hot. Oh, we're nearly there with boiling. It's just windy, isn't it? If I had a proper wind guard around it, it'd be much more efficient. And what you can do is get like some foil or something like that. You can get, I think people make them out of like baking tins and stuff, like the foil baking tins. So you can make like a one that you fold up and put in there. That might work better. But of course they blow over and blow away. But I've got one which folds flat. You know, you're just trying to keep your gear to a minimum, but I don't really need to. It's just this is about the fun of it. That's all it is. It's getting hot. I'm not worried about time either. I mean, I'm literally sat here in the middle of a field full of gorse, looking up South Barrule and the plantation over there, with clouds racing across the sky. And yeah, you know, I'm not in a rush. Nearly there. So this will be from the gas in this little canisters from the propane butane mix from ones that I use for camping. Getting close. And I think these jet boils and stuff like that, I've got some stuff that's simple from Fire Maple. I really like the gear. But some of them are just so rated on how quickly can you boil that cup of tea. And I guess in certain circumstances, because that's boiling now, in certain circumstances that could be useful. But most of the time, what are you going to do at camp? You're gonna be racing to get your water boiled because it's so urgent. All the time you're not. Right, got a load of water left. That's quite a small cup really. So I'm going to let that. Oh, it says give it a mix. Drop my spoon. Probably in the rabbit poo, but there we go. So we're going to give this a stir or squidge. I spill so much. And we've got some milk to put in it in a moment. Now I will put the bag on the grass, don't panic. I've brought a little plastic bag with me to put the bag in once I'm done, to take back with me. But whilst it's hot and really wet, I'll put it on the grass. Just to keep it going 4 minutes. Anyway, so yeah, that looks all right. might be nearly done. We'll see how far it gets. So next up, for my lunch, I have some beans. So I've got a chunky Tuscan inspired bean soup, warmly spicy. It sounds perfect. So I'm going to give it a mix up, because sometimes the stuff settles in the bottom, and I want to, if I can't get all this can in straight away. Ooh, chunky and thick. Interested to see if I can get the whole thing in, and I can, you know. Cool. Getting that go in my waste bag. Let's give it one last squeeze, as it says. Yes, this is boiling water. Right, I'll go back there for now. Do we have the milk? It's a good colour. We need to get this cooking. It's going to run out of gas, so pretty sure. This is going to need to be kept fairly low. The thing is, this doesn't make a can of soup and a cup of coffee. It'd be alright for if you're walking, you just want to make a hot drink while you're out, but if you're going to start refilling it with gas and taking gas with you, it's probably not worth it. I will say though, very nice coffee. Very nice. Much better than getting those kind of instant packs that you can get. Which can be a bit, yeah. Obviously bringing proper milk and fresh coffee as such in bags is it's just different. I think for longer camps or camps while I'm going for a comfort setup, I'll probably take the mocha pot still, because it's really good. Lighter weight, I might start thinking about taking the coffee bags and bringing some milk with me, because it's better than those instants, way better, obviously, I think. Oh, lovely. I've drunk that already, but it was worth it. Rinse it out with cold water, that's fine. cooking away. Of course, you didn't get to see that. Might be sticking a bit to the bottom. Not unexpected, with a flame straight to the bottom of a titanium pot. Nearly there. Got soup in my trousers. It's done it. Easily hot enough. Because I had it low gas, those handles aren't too bad either. Tuscan Bean Soup. In the middle of a field of gorse, overlooking South Barrule on the Isle of Man, after having a lovely cup of coffee. And this, really tasty. Right, you know, I don't like you having to sit there and watch me eat. That's just weirdos. So, I'll catch you in a minute once I finish this. Right, that was great soup. I really enjoyed that. But what I've got now is obviously a kind of dirty cup that I want to pour some water in just to clean it up a bit before I pack it away. I can clean it better when I get home. That's not a problem. But I've just turned the gas on for as long as I could, just to empty it out so I could show you filling it up with some kind of normal normal butane, whatever it is. So this is from my local Jack store, butane lighter gas. I've got this kind of almost conical tip that comes with it, and basically I'm just gonna refill. I won't have much idea what's going in here, but there we go. I think that's work. We'll see. Yep. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little mini tripod. I'm sure you can get like a separate mini tripod you could probably find for cameras and stuff very cheaply. But that's the one that came with my Pocket 3. Now, pot on, water in, bit of water so we can clean it up a bit. I think this little stove's quite susceptible to the wind, so something to remember. I've got other stoves that'll fit on this, or at least one other stove that'll fit on it, but I wanted to go super light, so it does the job. It works. It's heating up the water that's in there. If you're super into survival or lightweight, you'd probably be drinking this water as well, because it's just a very weak soup now. It's catching on there, so that's quite hot.
And obviously if you're hiking you probably wouldn't be wasting gas like this, you just use cold water. I want to get it as clean as I possibly can before I put it away, and then I'll clean it properly when I get back. It's frothing and bubbling away. Right. The spoon is all sorted, clean. It's good. That can go back in the bag, and then we just need to give the pot a bit of a clean out at the bottom. Just the tiniest little bit of, which you expect. So when you're cooking like on a stove like this, that's the trouble, isn't it? It's so thin. But there you go. You can see how clean it is. There's a couple little bit of black marks in there. They'll come out in the next few brews I have, and I won't taste it, so it's fine. So I'm done. That's already pretty cool to the touch. You can take the stove off the top. There we go. And I'll put the rest of this away now, but just wanted to show you how you could fill it up, and how easy it is to fill up with some gas. And clearly it's going to make some soup and a cup of tea and a cup of coffee. That might all you need for a day hike. Just have a hot drink or a couple of hot drinks. Definitely does the job. Anyway, catch you in a moment. Right, mistakes were made. The resealable plastic bag that I brought with me to put the tin in is on the kitchen table at home. Awesome. So I'm going to be walking with, let me just double check, make sure I've not left anything behind. No, just where my bum was. Yeah, so I'm going to be carrying a can and a coffee bag, you should say, back to either the car or where there's a bin. So follow me, flies. It's just gonna make an absolute, oh, it's all right, it's fine. This is a great little spot though. Glad I found this, because it's really ideal getting off the track without, so I'm not upsetting anyone who might be walking past and see me cooking my lunch. People can get a bit funny about that sort of thing. Right, let's go through the gorse. Right. Oh, I'm stuck. No, I'm not. I'm all right. Through. I'm over here. No? Yeah, there we go. So, can in hand. Gorse is fun though, because obviously looks like a much easier spot to get over there. It's quite prickly, so I have one of those seat pads, just a little cheap seat pad. Again, outdoorgearessentials.co.uk. I believe he keeps them in stock. They're a few quid, and they're just so worth it because they're ridiculously light. You can literally carry them with you everywhere you go, and you'd never notice it. Well, you're going to sit your backside down. Nothing quite like it. Interesting. No idea where I am. Looks all right though. Oh, someone's got a nice spot. Let's turn you around. How about that for a house with a view? Beautiful. How lovely. Well, I would walk over the stile, but it's probably a little bit easy just to go over this bit of fence. Temptation will be to go see if the coffee cottage is open, which it probably is over the Easter holidays, and to grab myself a coffee there as well before I head back. Treat myself. Though I have had fresh coffee with a coffee bag and Tuscan soup, so I'm kind of spoilt as it is. Tuscan bean soup, very nice. I don't know where this goes. I'm sure it goes somewhere. Hopefully not through someone's back garden. I imagine there is somewhere along here a little path I could walk along back to the road, which I can see. Just can't quite get to yet. Imagine with all these tyre tracks and stuff like that people ride along here, so I'm sure it will go somewhere. It's got some kennels there. Oh, and we did see a little sign for the walk. So it clearly does go this way. It looks like it's a little lane that may go along there. Cool. It's a nice little circular walk, this, I must say. I wonder if I'll that extra energy from the beans. Oh, golf ball. I'm sure it said CRS, isn't it? Castle Russian or something, but anyway. Oh, gets a bit wetter here. Lovely. We have a river to cross. Many rivers cross. Anyway, cool. So, I've actually got to cross a river. Can I get across the raging torrents? What do you think? So, do I intentionally fall in? I'll edit this bit out. I'll intentionally fall in, go viral, make my millions, and retire to the house just over there. What do you reckon? Sweet little stream though. Really nice. Oh well, missed out this time. Oh cool. So that's probably their back gate. It gets straight onto this. How nice is that? Walk out your back gate onto the Stoney Mountain Forest. Done. Just making sure that's all locked up, you see. There we go. Oh, rabbits in the grass over there. You probably won't see it, maybe on the big screen. Very interesting. I said that earlier about people watching on the big screen on their TVs. I have a ridiculously high number of people who watch my videos on television, on their big screen TV. And do you do that? Is that something you do? Perhaps you'd like to tell me if you're a TV watcher, because I don't know, it just seems it's interesting. I think from one of my last videos it was getting up to like 70% of the viewers are watching it on TV. So I don't know if YouTube's very clever, isn't it? So they may well notice someone watching videos on a television, know that lots of people watch mine on television and push it towards them. Or maybe you're just someone who appreciates that it's in sort of 4K and you can get more out of it by watching on the big screen. What a great circular walk. Pretty straightforward. Quite new, this stone, doesn't it? I don't know whether it is. It looks it. Even the home looks quite new, actually. Beautiful though. Really nice. Got their own style, look. That's cool. So, where we've come out is perfect to walk through South Barrule back to the car park, because I've parked up here before.
Beautiful little blue flowers. Purple, blue flowers. Bin there? I don't think there is. I'd love to put this down, but there's no bin, there's no bin. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, well, that's what it is. I'll be carrying my bin tin all the way back. So now we're in South Barrule Plantation. This is the night, the best. Oh, there's a bin. I would like a bin, I would like a shiny bin for my bean tin. Yes! It's a lovely part of the South Barrule, this is, where the trees are still standing. Being protective, understandably. I really don't like walking behind women on their own. It's not ideal. We've got Jack Russell's bugs things, and I was bitten by Jack Russell when I was a kid on the face. Bit me across my nose. Staying on a farm we were. Thank you. Yeah. Yep, a bit more open here. That's the plantation we just walked through over there. Doesn't
Doesn't take long really, although saying that, what time is it? 2:30. My wife started a new job today, working at Kingsley Mooti. It's Kingsley, Kingsley, Mooti, Muti. It's a quite new-ish pharmacist on the island. We're super advanced technology-wise, and robots picking prescriptions and stuff. It's real up and coming. They've really landed. I think they're going to be a big thing for the island. So I'm really pleased that she's in there. And she recently passed her pharmacy dispenser course. Literally got the certificate through on Friday. It should have been a lot earlier, but there we go. It's another story that I'm not going to tell. But she got a certificate through on Friday. And so she's all qualified, and she's enjoying the fruits of her hard work. Oh, beautiful. I don't know if you can see any of the birds that dance about in front of the camera. Chaffinches or something, I don't know. Just stunning birds. I'm not going to do that over 40, over 50, suddenly become a bird watcher thing. But can't complain. Even walking around this sort of devastation. I'm really hoping that the timber industry takes off on the island, because we have all these plantations. They're like a crop, literally planted for this very reason, to be chopped down and processed. It's potential income for the island. I was also talking to Tasha about how I'd love to be able to get solar panels on the vicarage, and then use solar panels and perhaps a wood stove to run everything. Because wood is renewable. It is. So it's a resource we have. It'll save us being so dependent on gas and oil. So I'd love to go solar. I know it's not going to do much in the winter months and all that sort of stuff, but I don't know how long it'll take to pay for itself. But we've had glorious days this month. Not every day, but we've had some really beautiful days, and we're in April. We had beautiful days in March. You know, you just get out when it is nice. So I don't know how efficient solar is on the island, but some of the some of the wealthier people on the island, some of the millionaires, they've been putting up their own little wind turbines and solar panel to run their big houses, and I imagine they've thought about it and looked into it, adding that wood pellets or generally sort of wood stoves and boilers and things like that. Maybe it's a potential. And all this wood's got to come out. All these, they'll either rot down or they'll be dug out and chopped up. I don't know. What do you think? I care about creation, so I care about the world and the environment and things like that. But I'm no eco warrior. I'm not one of these people who. I'm not an ideologue, so I just think it makes sense to look after the place where you live. Solar panels are getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Battery technology is improving, because that's a big part of solar, is if you can store up the power when you have the sunshine, just reduce the demands. Maybe that's a next project. We've got a lot of stuff on with the church, but maybe one of my projects will be finding out how we can get funding to turn the vicarage into an eco friendly house, like invest a little bit, reduce the costs of running it, which would be great for me. It pays the bills, good for the environment, and then look at how that can make ministry sustainable on the island as much as kind of life. See what grants there are out there. Great to see kids out on the mountain bikes along the trails. How good is that? See what you want to see in it. These kids get a passion for like mountain biking, outdoors kind of life. Honestly, it lasts a lifetime. It's happened with me, Cubs and Scouts, Air Training Corps. Love it. Love being outside, as you might have noticed. So you want to encourage in them. Can't describe the smell. It's just like all the chopped wood. So if you sit down on any of these stumps, as I've done before, you get covered in the sap. It smells amazing. I'm pointing the camera the other direction because the kids are running past me at the moment, so I don't want them on camera if I can help it.
Hey, you know them first two ones and three?
Yeah. Did you? That's it.
I've actually got a whole club down here, loads of them. It's awesome. Must be about 20 kids, not more. Really cool. Oh, the mountain, they've got a little mountain bike course, boardwalks, got a pump track or something. There we go. I can look forward again. So you'll have seen me walk this bit before, but not Stoney Mountain Forest. Cool. So yeah, keep me going with any ideas. I know it's a long one again. Don't care. Why? What else am I supposed to do? Eh? I want to take you on a little journey with me, don't I? So yeah, I'll probably release a little early teaser video of me cooking my lunch and stuff on the tiny stove. I think that would be cool. And then full video out Friday. But then I might go off and do some recording on the steam train. I wanted to get a camp in really, but I'm not sure I want to film it. I think with the camp in, because there's less controversy if I just go off and do it. And it's obviously, I can carry less kit with me as well. Just take my phone, it's a camera. I'm sure they'll do really well watch-wise, but I don't know. I suppose I should film some of it. Oh, be careful down this pathway, there's aliens. You can spot it. Yeah, the smell is pine and sap and moss and smell of moist greenness and moss and trickling water. It's just so refreshing. Been a good walk actually. I don't know how far we've come. A few miles. I love it. Every single kid's got a great big stick. One lad, the oldest, has got a huge, like a log, 8-foot stick. But it reminds me when I was a kid. I used to go walking with my parents, and we always did this, the kind of walking along. You'd end up with a stick in your hand. And then your dad would make you throw it in the bushes before you, like they did now. Throw it in the bushes before you got back to the car. My kids, it's always pebbles and stones. We used to come back with half a ton of pebbles from our trips to Wales. So I've got a really nice pretty stone. This is like another pebble. I've got this pretty stone and that pretty stone. You know, why is this bag so heavy? It's got rocks in it. Alright, just about back. I'm going to go straight home. I'm not going to head to the coffee cottage, but you should. You should head to the coffee cottage if you're over here. Absolutely worth it. Great coffee, lovely food, lovely people in there. In the colder months, there's often a fire roaring there as well. I can see a lot of smoke over there now. It's outside. Car's just over there, but I wonder if they're cooking. Is that why there's smoke? Are they having a barbie? I'm jealous. Right. Got my new hat, by the way. Got a whole slew of hats that don't fit me properly because my head's too big, and I got them from Temu. My head's like, I can't remember if it's 62 or 64 or something like that. It's like the biggest hat size because I've got a massive hood. But yeah, I'm just gonna head off home and I will catch you later. I'm really chilled and really relaxed now. It's lovely. So hope you enjoyed the walk. Let me know what you liked, if you made it to the end. That'll be a good one. Did you make it? Do you have a password if anybody makes it to the end? What should we say? This will probably come out one of the AI clips, won't it? And then that'll spoil it. But okay, if you made it to the very end of this video, to prove it, to add yourself to the few, the absolutely spectacular few who watched the whole of my videos, yeah, I want you to write into the comments, okay, Tuscan Bean Soup. That's it. That's what I want you to say. Right, Tuscan Bean Soup. You don't win anything apart from my admiration for making it through the whole of this. If you want to do that too, I'd love to see like like everyone else going, why are people writing Tuscan Bean Soup? It's made it just tickled me now, making myself laugh. It's bad, isn't it? Thank you for joining me on the walk. Thank you for coming with me. I hope you enjoyed it. And I want you to take care of yourselves because I really appreciate you being here. I really appreciate the support, the growing support, and all of you around here just like watching the videos, commenting, giving me support on Buy Me a Coffee and Patreon. And everyone here who just watches, if you just watch the videos and comment and like, massive. And it'll just keep, it's growing steadily, but it's growing, and that's what we want. So thank you for being here. Take care.
Take care of yourselves. More importantly, take care of each other. God bless. And I'll see you next time. Tuscan Bean Soup. Bye-bye.